So next up, we're talking about crazy Fortnite theories, okay? There's a lot of stuff going on right now, and if you go into Wailing Woods, smack dab in the middle, there's this crazy like garage hatch. You can't really get in or do anything. And then Dusty Divot on top of the labs, the roof is a little more established now. It's changed on the second week. So keep your eyes out. Let us know what you're seeing out there. I think someone was talking about the movie studio. I haven't confirmed that yet, but the map is changing. So the question is, what is going on?
So
The first change in week 2, in other words, I'm not seeing major changes except for Thanos has arrived.
yeah.
Do we think next week, like Tilted could be gone? You
I
know,
wouldn't go that far.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's going to be slow going. Like
Yeah.
slowly, you'll have to you'll be able to immediately see the differences maybe between first week and last week, but maybe each going on, you have to really have an eye out to notice anything different.
but for the next, 8 weeks left, or
Yeah, 8 weeks left.
do
Maybe
you think it's going to be this like next week? There's no major changes.
I think every week there's going to be a slight change.
yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
gradual progression, sure.
Yeah, if you guys
Yeah.
remember in season 3, people were like, "There's like something glowing in the sky," which turned out to be the comet. And I remember looking at it for the first time, and I was just like, "Are you sure that's not always been there?" Like it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
very
yeah.
subtle.
Yeah, and then the telescope started appearing.
Yeah, and a bunch of stuff have started appearing. So I think this is the first step or the first phase of like an 8-step phase that we'll see. I have no idea what it could be. There are crazy theories, like you said, Fran.
Did you
We'll get into that one in a second.
have you guys found the superhero hideout?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Over by Snobby, I believe.
Yeah.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
There's actually multiple like different little layers, which is pretty cool.
Two layers.
Some people
Yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
saying it's like a movie theme set.
Yeah.
I still think it's a superhero theme set.
Well,
Superhero movie set. Well,
Exactly.
in the
That's what I
loading
was going-
screen, that looks like Shape of Water reference to me. If it was anything, right? Like,
Well, there are homages going on here. I think we were talking about this before the show, but like that hatch is to me, it's like a
Lost.
clear Lost reference.
Yeah.
Whether or not it has anything to do with Lost, it could just be a reference, and maybe it's just a movie.
So-
homage,
people could not break that thing, but I heard that someone broke the
someone
hatch
did, but it's just
with a
breaking the game.
port-a-fort.
Yeah,
But it's just an invisible barrier. And
there's
brightness.
nothing under there.
Yeah,
You can actually see
Yeah.
in it. But TV, like, how do you think the map might change in the next week or two? Any predictions?
I've heard some interesting theories out there. Kind of branched off what you were talking about earlier. There's the Villain Lair over by. So we think it feels very villain like inside the mountain, just northeast of Snobby Shores. And there's an actual rocket that's in a silo underground that sort of comes up. And people have speculated, are they going to launch the rocket? Is it going to land somewhere? Is it going to destroy something else? So some people think there's going to be more destructive things. I don't know if I'm on board with that, though, just because they came out the gate with destruction with this season, right?
Yeah.
Leveling Dusty and having the potholes and craters elsewhere with the hop rocks. So I don't know that they're going to go with destruction again. But we've also seen, even in the last season, they added some things here and there, very gradual changes. Like Lucky Landing wasn't there originally, and then they brought that into the game as well. So I think we might start to see some gradual changes, maybe even some new points of interest, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, you bring up some good points, which is like they added Lucky and they changed things in the last. So I do expect to see that. I think, yes, it will be gradual, but we've only got 8 weeks left. So we need some time to enjoy these changes, right?
Yeah.
So I think, you never know what's next week's going to hold. I think that's kind of a little bit what's going on. So we'll go in through some specific theory stuff, but kind of what's going on, what people are talking about is that there's the Blockbuster Challenge, which you unlock loading screens, which seem to be telling a story. So there's a very short theory on Reddit that I'll read. But before I do that, I'll just read what it is that the number one, the loading screen, and the number 2 loading screen for the 2 weeks so far say. So the first one it's where it's like the 2 T-Rex costumes or whatever, right? The lizards. They look like they're almost on a movie set. It's like what you thought it was a Jurassic Park reference, where they're hiding from the
first week.
Velociraptors. That was the first week.
No, the first week is actually like a movie set, and you can see the comet hitting from the back.
Oh no, that's right. That's the first.
Yeah,
week.
that was the first.
I'm sorry. I'm referencing another loading screen.
Yeah.
there's
Thank
lots
you.
of loading
Thank
screens.
You. There's that one, which is the movie set. You're right. Crashing in the background, right by prison in Moisty Mire. My bad. And then the second one, which is just this week as people are unlocking it, is basically it looks like Omega escaping from the prison. He's like running. And so here's what it says in the little like lore readout. First one is quiet on the set. So it's a movie set. The monster of Moisty. He was finally puckering up when it all came crashing down. So, okay, there's just whatever movie
And
set
that's
notes.
the Shape of Water reference because it's a fish man and a lady
Yeah.
about to kiss, right?
Yeah. So there you go. There's an homage. And then now this week we see At Last, I am free. I will reclaim my power. I will gather my allies. I will have my vengeance. And that was Omega, we think, escaping. So this is the theory, by the way, that I read from somebody on, it's just a random name, is literally what the name is on Reddit. It says, I saw these screens and somebody else was sharing this theory. The first one starts on the movie set with the meteor, and then it goes through the Omega one, which is probably like the most horrible, most evil criminal out there, like Thanos. He's escaped and is gaining his power back to end the world or something. Then, after the 7 weekly challenges, we unlock a mystery skin. The skin will be Alpha, and the Alpha is the only person who can defeat the Omega. So while Dusty Divot is expanding, the theory is they're like building up a lab and mining that crater. So I don't know, there's some stuff in there that I feel like interesting. Like
Maybe.
it looks like a lab in Dusty Divot, doesn't it?
Maybe
Yeah.
the meteor will hatch, and that's why there is a hatch.
Oh,
I'm being so ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Well, you know what though? So here's what I thought. I thought something has crashed. Oh, by the way, on the hatch there's some markings. I don't know. If
Yeah,
you
on the
figured out
back.
what that is.
No
yet.
one really knows what that
Somebody
is,
will
though.
piece it together soon, I'm sure. But maybe something has crashed and is buried in the earth. That's what I was thinking. I don't know. You have any theories beyond now, TV, based on that craziness?
I don't know. That's some interesting stuff to wrap your head around.
Yeah, it is. We see this stuff all the time. We saw it that everybody was convinced about certain things in season 3 and in
Tilted
some
Towers is still here.
Some of it we figured out, some of it was just like way
Yeah.
off. So thanks again, everyone, for watching. If you'd like to support the show, follow us wherever you are. Don't miss last week's episode. Be sure to set your notifications on youtube.com/Royale Rundown. I'm Fran Mirabella, and I'll see you next time.